She Who Awakens by Alina Chamberlain. Part 6, Chapter, Navigating Crises and Preventing Infidelity. In the She Who Awakens philosophy, we recognize that a long-term relationship is not a static state of bliss, but a living system that undergoes constant evolution. Infidelity is rarely a random event. It is often the culmination of internal crises, biological shifts, and psychological triggers. To protect your fortress, you must move beyond the fear of the unknown and adopt a professional, strategic approach to your partnership. By understanding why men stray and how to maintain your status as his primary place of power, you ensure that the sleeping serpent of temptation never wakes. The anatomy of a crisis: why relationships fracture. Crises in long-term relationships are not only normal, they are inevitable. As we evolve, our life challenges change. A couple with one child may navigate 10 major crises, while those with 3 children may face 15 or more. These periods of shock typically last 6 to 12 months and act as a magnifying glass for negative traits. The survival mindset. During a crisis, the nervous system enters a state of anxiety. We stop focusing on feelings and start focusing on survival. Partners often regress from an adult-to-adult partnership to a parent-child dynamic, leading to resentment and a loss of emotional connection. The loss of the bonding substance. Nature provided a powerful tool to maintain stress resistance during these times, a high-quality, intimate life. When sex is enjoyable and leads to orgasm, it acts as a chemical glue that stabilizes the nervous system. When this harmony disappears, the crisis intensifies, and the vacuum left behind becomes the primary breeding ground for infidelity. The 5 psychological drivers of infidelity. Men often cite specific reasons for straying, but these are usually symptoms of deeper imbalances in the relationship, the weakening of emotions, and the role trap. Marriage can become a series of performances: good father, breadwinner, homemaker. When the emotional spark is consumed by domestic routine, a man feels he is merely a function. If he meets a woman who sees him as a man rather than a role, he experiences a dopamine rush he mistakes for true love, forgetting he once felt the same for his wife, saving the relationship on the side. Paradoxically, some men cheat to preserve their marriage. By getting emotional validation or sexual relief elsewhere, they stop making demands on their wives. They feel successful again, which gives them the patience to endure a cold or stressful home life. The Madonna whore split. Rooted in childhood, some men view their wives as saints, the Madonna, and cannot associate them with wild or experimental sex. They seek a whore archetype elsewhere to satisfy fantasies they are too shy or ashamed to suggest at home. The alpha ego and the need for proof. If a man feels humiliated or ignored in his family, he may seek an affair to prove he is still wow. He needs a mirror that reflects his success and masculinity back to him. The midlife discovery. Around age 40, men often face a crisis of, what am I missing? Especially if they married young, they may wonder if other experiences are better. If the home has become a friend zone with no intrigue, the temptation to experiment with freedom becomes overwhelming. Becoming the irreplaceable choice, the strategic defense. To prevent infidelity, you must ensure that you are not just a wife, but a multifaceted presence that satisfies his needs for support, mystery, and pleasure. Cultivate lightness. Do not let your presence be associated only with problems, children, and bills. Maintain your irony, your humor, and your own hobbies. When a man is on his way home, he should feel a pull toward a woman who smiles and hugs him, not a manager waiting with a list of complaints. The sexual evolution. Never allow sex to become a chore. Use roleplay and sexual games to bridge the gap between Madonna and harlot. If you play the prostitute or the masseuse in the safety of your own bedroom, he has no need to seek those archetypes in expensive salons or clubs. Manage the environment. Be aware of the successful cheater's image in his social circle. If his boss or friends boast about their affairs without consequences, he may be tempted to mirror them. Counter this by ensuring he knows the value of what he has and the high cost of losing it. The sovereign woman. The most important shift you can make is from the anxious controller to the sovereign woman. An anxious woman who fears losing her man, who checks his phone and violates his personal space, actually increases the chances of being left alone. High-value men are not kept. They stay because they are afraid to lose a woman who is a planet in her own right. The goal. Put the pathological cheater into sleep mode by eliminating triggers and satisfying his ego at home. Do not be afraid of losing him. Instead, live your life with such radiance, sexual mastery, and personal development that he is the one afraid of losing you. When a man realizes that his wife is the best mother, the best lover, and the best friend he could ever find. His sleep mode becomes a permanent state of devoted fidelity. Discover the secrets to nurturing your lifestyle in love style at wishforlove.org.